Science and fossils. Why did the dinosaurs really disappear? Competing theories. If you stand in a windswept desert where ancient rocks whisper secrets of the past, you might feel the faint tremors of a lost world. Beneath your feet lies the echo of a kingdom that once ruled the earth for over 150 million years. The dinosaurs. From towering sauropods that grazed the tops of ancient trees to ferocious Tyrannosaurus rex whose roars shook the skies. These creatures were the unchallenged monarchs of a primordial world. Yet, 66 million years ago, in a geological blink, they vanished. The mass extinction at the end of the Cretaceous period remains one of science's most haunting mysteries. Why did the dinosaurs disappear? This question is not just a scientific puzzle, but an epic tragedy, a tale of cataclysm and collapse that has captivated researchers and storytellers alike. Each fossil, each layer of sediment is a page in Earth's ancient diary, but no single page tells the full story. As modern chroniclers, we piece together these fragments, weaving a narrative that is as thrilling as it is contentious. Let us embark on this journey, turning the pages of Earth's history, starting with the most famous theory of all, the Chicxulub asteroid, a cosmic hammer that struck with unrelenting force. Act I, apocalypse from the skies. Picture a day like any other, 66 million years ago. In lush tropical forests, triceratops graze peacefully, their horns glinting in the sunlight. In the shadows, a pack of velociraptors stalk their prey, eyes gleaming with predatory instinct. The sky is clear, the air warm, as if the earth itself is cradling its mighty children. Then, without warning, a blinding streak tears across the heavens. It is no ordinary shooting star. A colossal asteroid, 10 kilometers wide, hurtles toward Earth at unimaginable speed, carrying the energy of billions of atomic bombs. Its target, a shallow, swampy region in what is now Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. In an instant, the impact unleashes a cataclysm that shakes the planet to its core. The resulting crater, later named Chicxulub, stretches 150 kilometers wide and plunges deep into the Earth's crust, a scar that endures to this day. This was no mere explosion. It was the spark of a global catastrophe. Imagine the sky swallowed by a thick veil of dust, blotting out the sun. Temperatures plummet, plunging the world into a sudden, bone-chilling winter. Tropical forests, once a haven for herbivorous dinosaurs, wither and die. Plants vanish and the food chain collapses like a house of cards. The massive sauropods, requiring hundreds of kilograms of vegetation daily, begin to starve. Predators like T-Rex, no matter how fierce, cannot survive without prey. But the devastation doesn't end there. The impact triggers massive tsunamis that sweep across continents, drowning everything in their path. Wildfires erupt, consuming forests and turning them to ash. Smoke and sulfur choke the atmosphere, poisoning the air and intensifying the chaos. In that moment, Earth transforms from a nurturing home into a battlefield where survival is a desperate gamble. Scientists have uncovered undeniable evidence of this disaster. In rock layers from the Cretaceous period, they found a thin band rich in iridium, a rare element on Earth but common in asteroids. This KT boundary layer, discovered worldwide, marks the moment of apocalypse. The Chicxulub crater, identified in the 1970s, further solidifies the theory. An asteroid struck, and it may have been the primary force that wiped out 75% of Earth's species, including the dinosaurs. Yet the story is not so simple. While the asteroid theory is widely accepted, doubts linger. Could a single event, no matter how catastrophic, erase creatures that dominated the planet for 150 million years? Or is it merely one piece of a larger, more intricate puzzle? Scientists, like explorers venturing into the unknown, have begun to search for other clues. They turn their gaze to raging volcanoes in India, shifting seas, and even invisible plagues. Each theory is a new chapter in this saga, waiting to be explored. Science and fossils. Why did the dinosaurs really disappear? Act Roman 2, Wrath from the Earth. In the shadow of the asteroid's cataclysmic strike, the Earth had become a stranger to itself. But if you believe the Chicxulub impact was the sole architect of the dinosaurs' demise, think again. Long before that cosmic hammer fell, another force, silent, relentless, and devastating, had begun to unravel the tapestry of life. This was the wrath of the Earth itself, unleashed from the volcanic fury of the Deccan Traps in what is now India. Let us turn the next page of Earth's ancient chronicle, where fire and smoke penned a chapter of unrelenting tragedy. Act Roman 2, Fire from the Earth's core. Imagine a landscape torn apart, where the ground itself seems to scream in agony. 66 million years ago, in the Deccan region, rivers of molten lava poured forth, as if the Earth were bleeding fire. For hundreds of thousands of years, relentless volcanic eruptions blanketed an area half the size of modern France with layers of basalt kilometers thick. But the lava was only the beginning. Billowing clouds of ash, sulfur, and carbon dioxide spewed into the atmosphere, transforming the sky into a toxic shroud that dimmed the sun and warped the planet's climate. Picture the scene: lush forests, once teeming with hadrosaurs nibbling on soft ferns, now cloaked in choking black smoke. Temperatures swung wildly, bitter winters gripped the land as ash blocked the sun, only to give way to stifling heat as greenhouse gases trapped warmth. Acid rain poured from the skies, eroding soil and poisoning plants. Herbivorous dinosaurs, reliant on vast fields of greenery, began to weaken. The food chain, already fragile, cracked under the strain. Predators like Allosaurus or Spinosaurus, no matter their strength, could not outrun the hunger that came as their prey dwindled. Scientists call this the volcanic winter, a time when life was strangled by the planet's own breath. Evidence lies in the massive basalt flows of the Deccan Traps, where geologists have traced dozens of eruptions spanning millennia. Fossilized plants from this era reveal a stark decline in biodiversity, as if nature itself were retreating before the volcano's wrath. The question remains: could the Deccan eruptions alone have wiped out the dinosaurs, or did they merely weaken them, setting the stage for the Chicxulub asteroid's final blow? Some researchers argue that the volcanic activity destabilized global ecosystems long before the asteroid struck. Dinosaurs, resilient as they were, faced a world growing harsher by the day. Food grew scarce, climates shifted, and habitats shrank. When the asteroid finally arrived, it may have been the push that toppled an already crumbling empire. Act Roman 3, Receding seas and an empty feast. The volcanoes were not the only force reshaping the world. At the end of the Cretaceous, the oceans themselves turned traitor. Sea levels fluctuated dramatically, shrinking the coastal plains that had been paradises for herbivorous dinosaurs like Edmontosaurus. The lush, waterlogged meadows that once sustained vast herds dried up or were swallowed by rising tides. Vegetation shifted, soft grasses giving way to tougher, less digestible plants. For herbivorous dinosaurs, already battered by volcanic chaos, this was a new ordeal, finding food in a world that was shrinking. Imagine a grand banquet where the dinosaur kings once feasted. Suddenly, the table is cleared, leaving only scraps too tough to chew. Triceratops, with their proud horns and massive bulk, wandered in desperation, searching for the last patches of edible grass. As the herbivores withered, the carnivores followed. A T-Rex, its jaws like a guillotine, was powerless without prey to hunt. Evidence of this environmental upheaval lies in coastal sediment layers, where paleontologists have noted a decline in the lush vegetation that once thrived. Dinosaur fossils from this period show signs of stress, thinner bones, hints of malnutrition. The ecosystem, once a symphony of life, now played only discordant notes. Science and fossils. Why did the dinosaurs really disappear? Act Roman 4, The invisible enemy and the perfect storm. We have journeyed through the apocalyptic strike of the Chicxulub asteroid, the fiery wrath of the Deccan volcanoes, and the betrayal of the shifting seas. Yet the tale of the dinosaurs' downfall remains unfinished. In the twilight of the Cretaceous, other forces, silent, unseen, but no less deadly, lurked in the shadows. Let us turn the final pages of Earth's ancient chronicle, where whispers of disease and the convergence of catastrophes weave a tragedy that echoes through time. The invisible enemy. In a world of giants where strength seemed invincible, there was an enemy even the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex could not defeat: disease. Imagine a microscopic bacterium or virus, invisible to the naked eye, spreading through herds of dinosaurs as they migrated across vast plains. In dense forests, where armored Ankylosaurus gathered to feed, a new pathogen could have swept through, striking down creatures already weakened by hunger and a harsh climate. The disease hypothesis, though less prominent than the asteroid or volcanic theories, is a haunting piece of the puzzle. Paleontologists have found anomalies in fossils, unhealed wounds on bones, signs of infection or immune failure. Perhaps as dinosaurs migrated through landscapes scarred by volcanic ash or flooded by shifting seas, they encountered new pathogens, enemies that needed no claws or teeth to kill. Picture the scene. A towering triceratops, its horned shield once a symbol of dominance, now moves sluggishly, its eyes clouded with fever. A pack of velociraptors, once swift and deadly, lies motionless beneath the trees, their bodies ravaged by an unseen foe. Yet the evidence for this theory is sparse. No fossil records a global pandemic with the clarity of the iridium layer or the Deccan basalt flows. Disease remains a shadow, a whisper in the dark corners of prehistory. Still, even if not the primary cause, disease could have been a silent saboteur, weakening dinosaur populations before larger disasters struck. It serves as a reminder that sometimes the smallest threats can inflict the greatest harm. The perfect storm. Step back and behold the full picture. The Chicxulub asteroid, the Deccan volcanoes, the shifting seas, and perhaps even disease, all were blades slicing into the dinosaur empire. But what truly brought down these invincible kings? Many scientists now believe it was no single cause, but a perfect storm, a convergence of catastrophes, each chipping away at the ecosystem until the final blow toppled it entirely. Imagine the Earth at the end of the Cretaceous as a gladiatorial arena where the dinosaur champions were pushed to their limits. The Deccan volcanoes choked the atmosphere and starved the plants. Fluctuating sea levels destroyed the lush habitats of herbivorous dinosaurs. Disease, if present, thinned their ranks. Then, as if fate itself had decreed it, the Chicxulub asteroid struck, unleashing a cataclysm that plunged the world into darkness and death. This was a tragedy orchestrated by nature itself. Not one fatal strike, but a series of wounds that brought the giant low. Each factor, asteroid, volcanoes, seas, disease, was a chapter in the story, and only together did they complete the tale. Evidence for this multi-factor scenario lies in the uncanny timing. The Deccan basalt flows show eruptions peaking just before and during the asteroid impact. Coastal sediments record the upheaval of sea levels, while fossils reveal a gradual decline in dinosaur diversity before the iridium layer appears. Together, they paint a picture of a world unraveling piece by piece until the final hammer fell. The legacy of survivors. Yet, the story does not end in darkness. Amid the ashes of the dinosaur empire, a spark of hope endured. Not all dinosaurs perished. A small lineage of feathered theropods survived, defying the perfect storm. These were the ancestors of modern birds, tiny but tenacious creatures that carried the legacy of their mighty forebears into a new era. Look at a sparrow perched on a branch or an eagle soaring through the sky. In every chirp, every beat of their wings, you can glimpse the ghosts of velociraptors or archaeopteryx. Fossils of early birds with their feathered wings and dinosaur-like bones are proof that the dinosaur empire did not truly fall. It transformed, adapted, and lived on in a new form. Conclusion: the immortal mystery. So why did the dinosaurs disappear? The answer lies not in a single theory, but in the convergence of many. An asteroid from the heavens, fire from the earth, shifting seas, and perhaps unseen plagues. Each was a blade, and together they felled the mightiest empire the world has ever known. As an archaeologist, I see each fossil, each layer of rock as a page in Earth's diary. But the story is never complete. It is a tapestry with missing threads, smudged ink, and that very mystery is what makes it so captivating. The dinosaurs are gone, but the question why endures. It drives us to dig deeper, to think harder, to debate endlessly. In the fossils, in the ancient rocks, and in the song of a bird, the story of the dinosaurs lives on, immortal as our curiosity. Which theory do you believe ended the dinosaurs? Was it 1, the Chicxulub asteroid, 2, the Deccan Traps volcanoes, 3, environmental changes, 4, a hidden plague, or 5, a perfect storm of all these forces? Drop your choice, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, in the comments below, and let's see who's on the same wavelength. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this epic journey into Earth's past.